So Amazon have just announced that they are going to invest $3 billion into Anthropic. Now, good and bad. So, Anthropic is pretty good. They're the ones that make Claude 2. Claude 2 is very, very capable, but doesn't really have an API that's accessible. Um, there's a few people, but it's not really sort of out there. The back end of Anthropic is technically accessible through the AWS Bedrock service. Again, you need to apply. Only big people get access, so the average Joe can't. Um, Now that AWS will be basically, putting a lot of money into it, and I'm going to assume that a lot of that investment is not capital; it's actually just access to the NVIDIA, the server clusters. It's free processing, basically. Um, that's also going to mean, because it's really core to AWS services, that the APIs will become much, much, much more available. Now, one of the reasons I think ChatGPT or OpenAI has had such incredible sort of explosive growth and conversation is they opened up an API real soon, real fast, which means everyone can build onto it. Like I can just grab it and build, and it's just this is why everything all of these major services are starting to have AI in them, essentially because it's so easy to just send information to the API, grab it back, and put it there, right? And that's what OpenAI did. They just built out this really good API system. With AWS investing in Anthropic, I think it's going to be very short steps for them to also have a really solid API. Now, one of the other things that said in the articles, a TechCrunch article I think I just read, is that they are going to be spending something like 2 billion or a billion or a lot of money on refactoring the engine. So their goal is to become 10x better, and it's going to take them about 18 months. I would say that they are going to build like the next iteration of Anthropic's Claude 3 probably, will be massive and it will be fast, and it will be very, very, very cheap. So I would say ChatGPT or OpenAI has 18 months to really get ahead of things, continue to sign agreements and become the default thing. Because once that comes out from an AWS, they may just get buried.